Tomorrow is not guaranteed. And you already know that. So if you know tomorrow isn't guaranteed, why aren't you living life to the fullest? You might not wake up tomorrow. Are you proud of what you've done today? There's a whole world out there to explore. There's so much to learn. You can look out your window and wow, look at all that beauty. But instead, we're glued to our screens. Imagine looking back at your life, 70, 80 years old. You're looking back at your life thinking, wow, if only when I was younger, I did that thing that I said I would. Or I should have done this thing, but I didn't believe in myself, or anything like that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is imagine looking back at your life and feeling regret. As in, oh, I had all this potential, I had all these opportunities, but I never took it. What kind of life is that? I feel, I'm not an expert, I'm just a person on the internet talking, but I feel like you should make the most out of your life, because when you're young, this is the opportunity to do whatever you want. Most of my target audience are people between the age of 14 and 25, young adults. This is the age where you're healthy, you're at your physical prime. You're probably not married, you probably don't have kids, so you don't have crazy amount of responsibilities. So when you're young, make the most out of your life. Take opportunities, take risks. Don't play it safe. Play it safe when you're 50, 60 years old and you've got a family to look after and you've got perhaps grandchildren by then. Then you can play it safe, right? But for now, you probably don't have much responsibility because you're not married, you don't have children, you don't have to take care of so many bills. You might, but it's not going to be as much as later down the line. So with that being said, take opportunities, go places, explore, go to different countries, get a taste of what this life has to offer. Because what would you rather have? A long life, but it's a boring one, or a short life, but it's the most fun, jam-packed life? Life's about making experiences. So make the most out of this life. You have so much potential, but you don't need me to say it to you. You have a lot of potential. You can achieve crazy things that I probably can't achieve. Someone else is capable of things that perhaps both of us aren't capable of achieving. So we all have different capabilities. We all have different abilities. We all have different purposes. There's things that you enjoy, perhaps I don't enjoy, but someone else might enjoy something else. We're all different. We're all unique. So let's embrace this. What's the point of going to some 9-to-5 job, spending your whole life there, the most boring office job, for example, and then on the weekend, when you have time to do what you want to do, you don't make the most out of it? So do a job that that excites you as well. Obviously, cost of living, times are hard out here, but you think times are hard now. What about people in other countries where, free Palestine, that they're getting bombed? Try to explain your struggles and difficulties to them. Or even if you look back to people that lived in the Victorian times, do you know how much poverty there was? You literally had the rich and the kings and the knights, and then everyone else was the poor peasants. So you think life is hard right now, cost of living. Think about how hard it was back then. You can go Tesco and get your food, but back in the days, and I say back in the days, long time ago, people had to hunt for food. There was no Tesco's, there was no Sainsbury's, there was no Uber Eats. Men used to go to war. We used to fight bears and saber-toothed tigers. What happened to us? We are capable of so much. So keep pushing forward. Understand that you can go to the shower right now and have a hot shower. That was not a thing 300-400 years ago. Probably. The fact that you can go on your phone, and on this phone you can do craziness. You can message people, watch videos, set schedules, reminders. From this phone you can make a call to someone all the way in Australia, halfway across the road. So we're living in crazy times. So yes, the point that I'm trying to get to is, yes, times are hard, times are tough right now. But times have been tough. Times will be tough. You will go through easy times, you will go through difficult times, but that's life. Just because times are tough, that's not an excuse to procrastinate or to slack. Keep pushing forward. You are capable of so much. You're capable of more than what you think. Think about it. Humans us, people with brains like us. They went to the moon. They went to wars. They went on boats and just craziness that we've accomplished in this world. And what's the difference between us? What's the difference between you and these billionaires in this world, or you and these monks that seem to have crazy levels of contentment and happiness? What's the difference between them and us and all these crazy successful people? Everyone has a different definition of success, but what's the difference between you and these crazy successful people? They didn't have an extra heart than us, or extra brain than us, or extra arms, extra strength. It's the willpower and consistency. And you have an idea, go for it. Take a risk. People are so scared of failing. Why are you scared of failing, bro? As a baby, you used to fail. When you were trying to walk and you would walk and you'd fall over, what would you do? You'd get back up and try walking again. Cool, you might cry. Ooh, cool, you might hurt yourself. So what? But as we've grown up, it seems that we're scared of failing, scared of getting hurt, scared of trying again. What's the opposite of failure? I said it wrong. What's the opposite? What's the opposite of success? Failure? Nah. The opposite of success is not failure, because failure is something that leads to success. The opposite of success is giving up, quitting. My mindset, and I'm quite stubborn, but sometimes you need to be stubborn, because if you think about it, if you look at all these people that have achieved craziness, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, all these big companies, all these people that have created these giant crazy companies, they had an idea. One time they had an idea, and it was a crazy idea. Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon, says, I'm going to sell books on the internet before the internet was even a thing, before people ever started selling things on the internet. People thought he was crazy. Oh, you're going to sell books on the internet? Nice try, mate. You're weirdo. But now Amazon's one of the craziest, hugest, biggest companies out there. So the point that I'm trying to get to is, you have an idea. You kind of have to be crazy about your idea, because it's usually the crazy people that succeed with their ideas. And what's the worst that could happen? You give it your all. Either it works out for you or it doesn't work out for you. But at least at the end of your life, you can look back without regret, not thinking, what if? If only I gave it my all. Some things aren't meant for you, and that's absolutely fine. But how would you ever know if you don't give it a try? So that being said, I hope you gain some sort of value from this. This was a freestyle video. I thought I haven't made a video in a while, but it literally takes a couple minutes. Literally just pull out the microphone, plug it in, connect the camera, start talking, yappa, and hopefully someone will gain value from this. So with that being said, I hope someone did gain value from this. And I will see you guys at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded.